light bulb.
You're sure?
I'm sure.
3 out of 3, you did alright.
Well, teach me a little more.
We need some room here. Here we go.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning. It's surprising. I guess Peter isn't here. So we have Kenny is in the middle square, and we're surrounded by microphones. It looks like I don't know, I just got this sense of me sort of like hooked up to some kind of ecogram or something. You know how they do that when they check your heart? You got all these wires all over the place. Kenny, you did a great job.
Okay, thank you, I think.
I don't know if that was a compliment. Or...
Yes, yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, what happened the last time I got an ecogram.
What was it? They were checking your...
What were they checking when they did the ecogram?
They were checking my ability to text.
Making sure eco-friendly.
They were checking my whether I can exist with trees and greens and snow and cold, etc., etc., etc. Now,
etc. again.
You listen to a little bit more of the song that usually we only hear the beginning over and over again. The Lin-Manuel Miranda song. Sunrise from Up in the Heights is my theme song. So you heard some of the singing, etc., etc. And it was only by sheer luck that I found that many years ago, 7 years ago to be exact. And I loved the theme because it sounded like an alarm clock waking up in the morning. So today you got to hear a little of the song itself because Peter Coles is away. And when Peter Coles is away, the mice play.
Yes.
Or if you just gotten your feet on time, I wouldn't have had to run that over.
Well, that's true. Well, actually, we were sitting here. I didn't know what to do. I suddenly got kind of flustered because I thought, geez, they're going to administer some kind of ecogram to me.
I wanted to get
morning.
you centered on the frame before I switched over to you.
I love it. Are you coming out?
I was trying to make you look good.
It feels like it's a little cold in here. I don't know. That backdrop is...
Oh, yeah, isn't that backdrop gorgeous? You know where that is? That's in my backyard. You see those trees to my, what is it, right as you look at the television set? Those are apple trees that we had pruned a couple of years back, and now they're like huge, these huge mothers, and et cetera, et cetera. This was the storm we had last week, and you know, yeah, I never really use a backdrop like this in the backyard, but I ought to. We ought to watch the scenes we could watch the seasons change from my backyard. You know, we're sitting on the deck of my backyard, actually. I didn't even introduce anybody. Hey,
and you know that, I've been over to your house and I've been in your backyard, and I have to say you have a pretty big deck.
Yes, I do have a very big deck, thanks to my father. You know, one of the things, so you can relate to this. When my father moved in, I thought, both James and I said, oh, gosh, you know, we're not going to be able to go as many places, et cetera. Well, my father, even in his 90s, was able to go everywhere, and then he wanted to sit out on the back deck, and he said, I'm going to make you another deck. So he paid for our deck in the back, which is, you know, I have a deck in the back that has trees growing through it. When you've got trees in a place and you're building a deck, put the deck around the trees. Why not? You know, and then when the trees pass on, you can then you're going to have to rebuild the deck in order to get down to drill the holes to make the area into another. You know what I'm saying, Rick?
Another part of the deck.
Yes. Yeah.
Or you just lop it off at a proper height and turn it into a planter.
Right.
Oh, there you go. Well, the birches that are there right now will be turned into a planter. And we will always remember Kenny Stomsky, who is in the producer's seat this morning. Thank you, Ken. To my right is the ever trusty, worthy spirit of the season, Rick Barry, my personal assistant, who's wearing a Bruins hat tonight. How are the
Yes.
Bruins doing? Are
Bruins are doing great. They beat Florida last night. It was 7-3.
they? Oh gosh!
So they're doing very well.
Wow, I've never seen. Is brown their color?
Black and gold.
Black and gold is
Black
their
and
color.
gold.
Of course, okay, black and gold. But
Yes.
you happen to have a brown hat on.
No, it's black.
That's a black. Oh,
Yes, I
it's
think
an
you might
old
be-
black.
You might be colorblind, but,
That really looks brown to
but
me.
you know,
Rick.
it does.
Maybe I put another wire up
Like-
here. Let's check whether I'm colorblind now. Well,
Yes.
along with everything else.
You've got your nice red plaid. Your buffalo. Is that the buffalo plaid?
This is buffalo red plaid. I wore it yesterday because my hair was in disarray to the store, and I was like a little elf. What? Through that store at Christmas, being bowled over by the prices. Oh my God! I went to buy my gluten-free Canyon brand bread. Okay, say that 4 times, and a $9.99 a loaf. I said,
Wow.
I am not spending $9.99.
That's designer bread, though.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I guess it is designer.
You can still
yeah.
get a loaf of bread for $2.
Oh, can you? Oh. Well, I ended up getting the $7 other brand that I get.
Yeah.
whatever.
It was only $7.
$7. Isn't that awful?
Luckily you have
Isn't
no
that-
kids that are going to get your inheritance.
Oh, yeah.
You're not
that's
going to have
fair.
anything left to give away.
No, that is so true.
I thought I was getting it, but I guess not now.
Well, you are. There's a part in there for you. I think
I'll get something. Yeah.
you're gonna get the chair you sit in right here, and every Tuesday you'll be sitting here talking to yourself.
Yeah. I'm gonna get mentioned in your will. Just mentioned. That's about it.
Who did I run into? Oh, you know who I ran into? Oh, okay. So, what's the lovely city councilor's name that has a hyphen at the end of it?
Matthews
it's,
Kane.
Bridget Matthews Kane. Yeah, love her. And so I saw her at the menorah lighting last night. Was it no? It was the night before. And we were talking. And she was saying, your house always looks so nice. And she said, oh, I remember when my aunt used to decorate her house right around the corner from you. Turns out she lived in the house that was torn down next to East Hampton Savings Bank, which was the Marth house. I said, Bridget, I never knew that you were Marth. Oh, she said, oh, I loved being in that house, et cetera, et cetera. I said, we have on our stoop, we have 2 planters from the outside of the house. This was like a mansion, guys.
Yeah.
This was a big. It was a big house. It was the first house actually in Wisconsin, in Westfield, to have an indoor toilet. It was the first house, and at that time they called them crappers. It's a dreadful name, but the guy is the one who invented it. But yes, they were the first ones that had a working toilet in, and so the house was historic, but they tore it down, and so James and I would go over there, and as they were tearing it down, of course, I complained to the city council, et cetera, and we got an ordinance passed so that houses like that can't be torn down in overnight. They have to, look at the provenance of the house.
They have to go through a process.
Process,
right.
yeah. So James and I were over there in the field where the house was, which was filled with stones, and we would go over and we would take the stones. Was that stealing? It's not stealing when you're taking stones from a lot, is it?
No.
Were you trespassing on
they're-
that lot?
Yeah. They're not on your property.
Oh, I was trespassing, right?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
And,
now,
you should be convicted of thievery then.
well, many times, because you know how many stones we carried back and forth to our house. Go in the backyard and you see all this stonework on the back.
Yeah.
All of that is from the Marth house where Bridget Kane's relative was.
Yeah, I think your penalty might end up being getting stoned by those stones.
We are we are right on the deck. The deck below the deck are stones that we carried from the Marth house.
That was thievery.
Not only that, we said to the guys that were tearing down the house, "Would you mind if we took these? We found the planters, the stone planters that had carving in it that were on the front of the house." And on the porch of the house, and they said, take them. So we took the planters, and now those planters are sitting on our deck, or not on my deck, rather on my front porch, which James redesigned. So I said to Bridget Matthews Kane, would you like those planters? Since you're a Marth and you might enjoy those. She said, I would love them. I would love them. It would be so wonderful. I said, I'm putting you in my will. And I am. I'm going to put her in the will. So my attorney knows that you give Bridget Matthews Kane back the
planter that you stole?
Two planters.
You're giving back the planters that you stolen. That were stolen.
That's Catholic boy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that your
Catholics? When you're supposed to give back everything.
That's your
penance? In order to be absolved of the crime, absolved of the sin of stealing. Is it thou shalt not steal? Isn't that one of the 10 Commandments?
There's going to be a special place in hell for you.
It's going to have a deck made of stones, and I'm going to have to carry those stones one by one. Hey, so is there a big feast today up over at Tiger Pride?
No, it's actually Thursday.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah, Thursday.
Tell everybody.
Our next door neighbor over here, the Tiger's Pride restaurant, has their holiday buffet coming up, and I was just looking at the menu, and it looks,
oh my God! Just read down,
really
read it quickly down.
So we've got
it's a buffet.
New England clam chowder, chicken noodle soup, carved glazed ham, roast turkey with gravy and cranberry sauce, traditional
delicious.
bread stuffing, mac and cheese, panko crusted pollock, shrimp and
wait a minute. Panko crusted pollock. Oh, pollock's a fish.
Fish, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Atlantic pollock.
Atlantic pollock. Yep. It's not Pacific pollock. So it's not specific.
That's Kevin Pollock.
It's
he
not
lives out there.
specific. It's
Kevin
just
Pollock
Atlantic.
still alive?
I think so.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Right.
We got shrimp and scallop scampi, spaghetti and meatballs.
What?
Oh,
All
yeah.
of this?
All of this. Roast pork stuffed with apples and prunes.
Oh my gosh.
Sausage, peppers, and onions. Stuffed peppers. 3-cheese lasagna.
What? I cannot believe there's all this.
Braised flank steak Polynesian.
Yeah.
Roasted red peppers, garlic mashed potatoes, butternut squash.
Oh, my favorite. Conan O'Brien.
Corn O'Brien or Conan O'Brien. I'm not sure which one.
Corn O'Brien.
And peas and carrots. So.
Oh my God.
Now that turkey you mentioned, they have special ovens they put in a few years ago in the kitchen over here, that both they bake and they steam at the same time. They got them for these turkeys. So these turkeys are super moist that you get at Tiger's Pride because they're literally steamed while they're being cooked in the oven.
Oh my gosh. Where is Tiger's Pride if folks want to take advantage of this?
It is right here at the Westfield Technical Academy.
And how do you get in there? You go
through the front. You go through the main entrance.
Right.
You'll see a sign that says Tiger's Pride Restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's the doors right next to the gym.
So and so, what would that buffet cost? Would it be under $10? I would bet.
Sure.
Maybe.
I think the buffet might be running 11 or 12 this year.
Oh,
but,
God.
You know, Christ, even if it's 15, it's worth it.
Oh, yeah. We went out to dinner on with our friends. We had a friend's Christmas dinner at a restaurant that I wonder, you ever go up to the Coach Stop restaurant in East Hartland, Connecticut?
No.
You've ever heard of that? Is it East Hartland, Massachusetts, or or Connecticut. I'm not sure whether it's Connecticut. It's on the way.
I think it's Connecticut.
It isn't?
I think it's
You
Connecticut.
go over the mountains. You go up Route 57 at the top of the mountain at 57. Oh, you get into Granville. You take a left in the center of Granville. You take a right that brings you back down by the Civil War, that very famous historic museum that made Civil War drums.
The Noble and Cooley. Noble and Cooley.
No, the Noble. Look at you. You go past that. You go, and then you come to a fork in the road. You take the left-hand fork. Then you go up to the top of the hill. I can't believe I know this. All the way up to the top of the hill where there is a church. It looks like a little New England town. Tiny, because it's only East Heartland, and they don't have stores. They just have a church at the top of the hill and the coach stop, which used to be a place, an inn where people would stop with their coaches and their carriages and stay overnight or whatever.
Overnight.
Yeah. And so it was once called Coach and Four or Carriage and Four or something like that, but now it's called the Coach Stop, and it's got its original chimney, and 1, 2, 3. It's got 4 sides of a huge chimney that are all working. All fireplaces in there.
Nice.
Got another fireplace in the room. So 14 of my close friends, and James and I, went, and we had a delicious dinner. I recommend the Coach Stop. It's very good. But I noticed that even then in restaurants, you know what was $18 to $24 is now like $25 to $32, $33, $34.
Yeah.
So it's got to be very special to go out to dinner.
Yeah.
Prices have gotten absolutely crazy, so I'm not sure what the price of the buffet of this is, but it's reasonable, and it's good. If anybody would like to go, the buffet runs from 10:45 to 12:15.
Oh, my God. If you're going to eat all of those things, you don't have a lot of time.
No. And you can call for reservations at 564-3123.
The reservations are actually recommended because they usually sell this out.
Yes.
Oh, God. Okay. All righty. The wonderful group of volunteers here at WCPC are going to have their Christmas show this week, if I'm not mistaken. Kenny can tell us about that Christmas show. When's the Christmas show?
Tomorrow, 6 to 10.
Oh, it's not Thursday?
Oh, wait a minute. Today's only Tuesday.
Yes, today's only Tuesday.
Okay, Thursday.
Yeah. 6 to 10.
Isn't the buffet's on Thursday, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
The buffet's on Thursdays.
Yeah. That's how I remember it.
Okay. So
6 to 10 Thursday.
Oh, God. You know what? I have. I might have to come in a little earlier than I usually do. On that, I usually come in on the tail end. I have a doctor's appointment, as we are wont to do. It's just a to check to make sure that the results of my last visit from the COVID, that my ear. I had an inner and outer ear infection. Both. It was in both rooms of my head.
Yeah.
The inner ear and the outer room. And so they're just.
It's not the only problem you have in your head, Bob.
Yeah. The only unoccupied rooms. And
are there any unoccupied rooms? I'm not exactly sure. So we, if you're wondering what's happening at Westfield on Weekends, my westfieldonweekends.com. You can go there. But we have still have Holiday Lights. It's the interactive map where you can go. You pull up the map. You want to be on the tour. You can even do it up until Christmas, I think. Just Facebook us. Tell us you want to be on a tour, or email us through our website and tell us you're going to be on the tour, and they'll put the little pin on the interactive map. And if you're looking for something to do with the kids at night, you can go and you can see all these great houses. Is your house on there? Have you put your house on? I thought
you did it.
I think it's there, if I'm not mistaken. You're checking now, but I want to make sure that you're on the house there.
I'm waiting to try to find.
You know what? While you're looking there, there's the house tour. Okay, you're clicking it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
The map's coming up.
The map is coming up. Shall we get in the car and go?
It's showing where we are.
Are you there? Okay.
Oh, yeah. My house is on there.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. And if you go at a certain time, tell everybody when you're there that you're out there sitting with Michelle waving at cars.
I am not there because I work nights. So I'm
So
not
it's
home at
only
night,
Michelle
so-
as Mrs. Claus sitting out
Yes.
there on a rocking chair waving at folks?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you
she
pay
sits
her
on
for
a
that?
rocking chair.
Knitting, waving when you go by. That would be good. Wouldn't that be a cool thing to hire a whole troupe of, if you were wealthy, to hire a troupe of actors to sit outside your house and sort of make it look like it was Santa's workshop or whatever, or maybe live nativities all over the place, you know.
Is that the same Mrs. Claus that was in the back of your truck, Rick?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the Mrs. Claus. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Of course.
Yep, that's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, did you ever hear of the Paul Winter Consort?
No.
You never heard of the Paul Winter Paul Winter was a jazz kind of artist in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And one of my favorite holiday things to do in New York City when we were there was the Paul Winter Consort event. It's a Christmas event at the St. John the Divine, the Cathedral of St. John the Divine. And it's like the Boar's Head Festival. Have you ever been to the Boar's Head Festival in Trinity Church in Springfield?
No.
Oh, my God. So everybody go to the Trinity Church website. I think the Boar's Head Festival is on. It always happens in the middle of January, but it's related to Christmas in that they it's like it's in a cathedral, and the three kings come. They have trees. I'm telling you, there are live animals walking down the singing, dancing, and everything. Now in New York City, a very similar Boar's Festival is the Winter Solstice Festival that Paul Winter does, and you can hear it on NPR, I think, or National Public Radio on in January live. But you would be there, and there would be animals, kings and queens and jugglers and everything, and it would go on. And behind the altar in this giant cathedral would be this sun, because it's sort of like pagan as well. It's our Christmas, the tree and all of that, the Christmas tree and all that.
Roots back to the pagans.
Yes. The pagans, and so we got.
We're talking about people against goodness and normalcy.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, sort of. Yeah. So, but they were really, they believed in the earth as God, and so the Episcopal Diocese of New York City actually allows us to celebrate the how would you call it, the scope from pagan times to Christian times, and it is a beautiful festival. And at one point during the festival, a huge, it must be 20 feet, a 20-foot sun rises from behind the altar with a man in front of it swinging its mallet to make the sound. Trees grow on stage. There are dancers, everything. It's the Paul Winter Solstice Special. Now, Paul is a composer, so he wrote all this great music, and I'm going to play Tomorrow Is My Dancing Day. This is the Paul Winter concert directly from that solstice, because you know why? The solstice is tomorrow. Did you know that, Peter? I'm
21st.
sorry.
I thought it was the 20. Isn't the 22nd? So
Wait a minute. When's the first day of winter? We've got
the 22nd, right?
It's the 21st
December?
usually. I think the first day of winter is the.
Maybe it is.
Kenny, what do you say on that one? Is it 21st or 22nd?
I seem to remember the people on Western Mass News saying winter is here tomorrow.
It could be.
And it comes in at a particular time of day.
It has
December
to do
21st.
it has to do with winter, so I'm not even paying any attention.
Yeah. You'll report on this. You have it now?
Wednesday, December 21st.
At what time?
It doesn't.
Oh man. Okay. Well, we'll know the time so you can all go out and dance in the snow.
When the exact time of the winter solstice is?
Yeah. Is it a night?
4:48 p.m.
4:48 p.m.
Exactly.
So it's when the sun is setting, probably.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I was really honored yesterday. I went down. I'm on the list to light the menorah, even though I'm not Jewish. I went down by myself and I turned the light on the menorah on the green on the second night of Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah to everyone, incidentally, on this Christmas week, and I hope you have a happy time with your family this week. All right, so tomorrow is my dancing day because I love winter, and the name of the song is "Tomorrow Is My Dancing Day," and it's from the Paul Winter Consort's Solstice Festival at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine in New York City.
One of our underwriters here at WSKB's Community Radio is Carson Center for Health and Human Services, a nonprofit organization located at 20 Broad Street in Westfield. They provided behavioral health and rehabilitation services in communities throughout Western Massachusetts since 1963. There are services for children, adolescents, adults, families, and couples. You can find them on the web at carsoncenter.org or at 413-572-4132.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
While it is Tuesday morning, it is December 20th, 2022. That sounds like a nice number. 12, 20, 2022. Lots of twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 11. Divide and you add up all the twos, it becomes 11, and then you add the 1 and the 1, and it becomes a 2. This is a 2-day, and it's today.
Wow, you're stretching that one.
Oh man,
big time,
big time. Are you ready for Christmas? Are you ready, Mr.
No.
No, you're not.
No.
No. Have you checked your list twice?
Yeah.
And you know who's naughty?
I've taken a lot of people off my list.
Oh!
Yeah, you're naughty.
Oh my God!
Nobody made the good list.
Nobody made the good list. You know, the older you get, the easier it is because you are in a particular situation where you, unless you have grandchildren, I suppose, you don't have to buy for anyone. But my brothers and sisters, they don't even tell us we're not exchanging gifts anymore. It's just, you know, it's an assumed that you're not going to get anything from me but a Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, you know.
Even if it's that, right?
Even it, and it might not even be that because God knows, I'll not, you know, it might be Christmas Eve and or Christmas Day rather in the evening, and I'm saying, oh my God, I haven't called my sister to wish her, you know. So I end up doing it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I am, so we're all set. The house is all decorated. My cousin and her daughter are coming down and up. They live in two separate parts of Massachusetts and down in near Washington, and so they're going to be in my house and enjoying it. And we decorated we decided that we weren't going to decorate much this year. Then it turned into, you start just putting things out, and my God, it is decorated all over the place. You know, to the point of, I had this tree, and I always called it my Dickens tree, okay? My Dickens Christmas tree. And I had it, and I said, you know, I had to really make that into a Dickens tree. So I went online, and I looked for Christmas Carol ornaments. And I found a woman in Westbrook, Connecticut, who makes, they sort of look like clothespins. And she had a set of 7 Christmas Carol ornaments. And I want you to tell me the 7 ornaments, or there are ornaments that have 7 characters from Dickens' Christmas Carol. All right. So could you name them?
No.
Oh, come on. You can try for at least one.
Tiny Tim?
Tiny Tim is one.
Okay. Bob Cratchit?
That's true.
Okay. The Ghost of Christmas Past?
That's 3.
Okay. The Ghost of Christmas Present?
That's 4.
And the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come?
That's
that
right.
Who he is?
Yeah.
I'm assuming
it's
Scrooge.
And Scrooge. And is there another one? Oh, you missed one.
Bob Cratchit.
No, you already said Bob Cratchit.
No, I didn't say Bob Cratchit.
You did say Bob Cratchit. You said Bob Cratchit right after Tiny Tim. They go together.
Oh, okay.
There's one other.
There's somebody at the door.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. May I help you? Oh, speaking of Bob Cratchit, Dennis.
Good morning.
Morning. Well, look at you. All Denny Aiken. Oh, you're all dressed up. I wore my buffalo plaid. Boring buffalo plaid.
Well, it's probably the only time I'll be joining you, and thank you for that this holiday season. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Plus my head was cold.
Oh, Dennis Aikens, Master of the Universe, is here. Everyone.
Come on.
Yeah, great. Hey, Denny. Name the characters. I have 7 characters on my Dickens tree now. I found these little ornaments down in a woman. Her name is Miriam. She's gonna make more ornaments for me. So.
Nice.
Yeah. But 7 characters from Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
Oh my goodness. Well, obviously Scrooge.
Okay.
Tiny Tim.
Right.
Bob Cratchit.
See, they go together.
Yeah.
Rick, Bob Cratchit. Okay, go ahead. All right.
And probably knowing you, it's probably Fezziwig.
No, there wasn't any Fezziwig.
What?
No. I wrote the woman and I said, you don't have Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig.
How about Maid Marian? Wasn't she in that?
It's a good idea.
All those classic. Those classic Christmas Carol characters like.
Who?
Charlie Brown.
Oh, come on. Oh, jeez. The Ghost of Christmas.
The Ghost. Well, there's 3 of them. Did you have all 3?
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, let's see if yes. Who did you have?
I would say the Ghost of Christmas Future.
Mm-hmm.
The ghost of things to be.
Yes, yet to come. It is a yes, and they actually do have. I felt a little funny because it's this black symbol of pointing at it's this gray. It's a very scary little ornament, but it's part of the story, so it's on the tree. Okay.
Well, I mean, anything. We as humans, we always think about tomorrow as being unsure. Let's call them unsure.
The ghost of the unsure ghost of Christmas.
The Christmas unsure.
Christmas unsure.
Because we're all a little anxious about our behaviors and are we good enough? Are we behaving well enough? Are we naughty or nice?
Ah, yes. Well, we can tell. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, of course.
I'll bring in the judges right now.
Some of us were born naughty.
Yeah, really, yeah. Now, okay. So you've got you said there were 3 ghosts of Christmas.
Yes.
What if I told you that there were 4 ghosts of Christmas?
Then I would believe you because you're a scholar of all things literary.
Yeah. Everybody forgets this ghost.
That's right.
Everyone.
I do remember there's a fourth Christmas. Is it the Ghost of Christmas Today or Christmas,
No. It happens. This is the ghost that comes in to tell Ebenezer is told that he is going to have 3 visitors.
He's told that by a ghost, and that's Marley.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yes, by Bob Marley.
No, there are only 4 ghosts.
Oh, so Marley's the 4th.
Marley is the 4th ghost. Yes, yeah. So, so I then said that's all the ghosts I have on my tree. Okay, all those little pinpoints.
That's wonderful.
So then I said to Marion, the woman that owns the shop, and it's called Windermere, and it's in Westbrook, Connecticut.
Nice.
Might give her a little shout out. So I wrote to her, and she said that she's putting more characters on the list next year. So what other characters other than Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig could go on this tree from Christmas Carol?
Oh my goodness. Well, there's Cindy Lou Who. You're talking about the real Christmas Carol?
Yes, the real Christmas Carol, not the one that you're making up.
Or the fractured Christmas Carol.
No.
I always prefer.
Yeah. No, fractured, yes. Yeah.
I was thinking Rizzo the Rat,
Oh, yeah.
light the lamp, not the rat.
Oh, yeah.
Light the lamp, not the rat.
So who does he play in that?
That was from
Muppets, but who does he play?
He was one of the lamp-lighters. Rizzo the Rat played one of the lamp-lighters.
Yeah.
And his partner was lighting his tail on fire.
Oh.
And he goes, light the lamp, not the rat.
Oh.
Is that Mr. Barry?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
How are you, Dennis? Merry Christmas to you, too.
Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah to all our Jewish friends. Peter, I don't have a video. Is that me or you that's doing that?
Oh, that is Kenny. Kenny is in the studio today.
Hi, Ken.
Peter
Ken.
is. Yeah, I think he's left the. He'll be there in a minute. I don't know. He's.
I'm here. When we switch to this mode, my picture goes away.
Oh.
But no, everyone's picture. I just have Westfield Community on. It says WCPC.
Let me see if I can do anything about that.
Oh, don't worry. Let's wait for Kenneth. You know, I'd always worry if Ken was away for a few minutes.
How's that?
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
There you
We're
go.
all amazing. Happy holidays to you.
All right. So look. So there is
other characters. I'm sorry, Bob. We diverse.
Yeah. Characters.
How about the Artful Dodger?
Close. It's in the same century. There are the ones that I'm thinking of as Mrs. Cratchit. What would Mrs. Cratchit? She's always associated with something. What is Mrs. Cratchit always associated with? And it's not Bob or Tiny Tim or the kids. She always has something in her hands.
Yeah, she's always cooking. She's always eating.
Yeah, well, that's very true.
Always eating.
But it's a particular kind of thing.
She's knitting.
So, the steamed figgy pudding.
Yeah.
Remember that? She comes out. So there's a bowl of figgy pudding. Now, there's a youngster that you would always want as a character from Christmas Carol. There's a youngster. Do you know who
I think it's the youngster that he talks to Christmas morning. It's the first one that sees the joyous Ebenezer, and he says, "Boy,
Mm-hmm.
what day is it?"
Very excellent. Oh my God, you've got the part. Yes, yeah. And we'll give you the part of the lamplighter.
Yeah, thanks.
Rat.
What is that? What is that? What does he say again?
Light the lamp, not the rat.
You got it. You got it. So it's the boy, and he's usually pictured in some places. He's holding something up. What's he holding up?
He's holding up
the newspaper, right?
No,
a dead rat.
No. Close. It's an animal.
No. The goose, the Christmas goose.
The Christmas goose.
Yes.
The boy with the goose.
Well,
yeah.
Well, not yet. He's not, because when he sends the boy to get the Christmas goose.
Oh, true. But then he comes back with the goose, and Bob hangs it on the tree.
Yeah.
So you got.
But his big scene is Christmas morning, though, when he's frightened. He's captured off guard by Scrooge coming out of his balcony. In all things, of course, in his night gown.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yes. Oh, absolutely. So then there's one other character. Well, there are three other characers.
Yes.
Who's the girlfriend? Who's his girlfriend? Who's Scrooge's girlfriend?
Scrooge.
Yes, that's right.
When he goes, Scrooge had a girlfriend.
Scrooge had a girlfriend. I didn't think he had anybody.
Yeah. No.
Yes. This is when he goes back in time.
He goes back in time, and she leaves him because he's more attached to money than kissing her.
And she's lovely.
What was her name?
Melanie.
Belle.
Belle.
She later moves in with a beast, and the saga continues. And the saga continues. She's had a rough life.
This is 6 degrees of Christmas Carol.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Now, there are three. There's Harry, Dickie, and Tommy. Or somebody that play with Scrooge. Okay.
But he had a best friend.
Yeah. It's one of those, Harry, Dickie, or Tommy, or whatever. Or Tom, Dick, or Harry. I don't know which. But there is in real time, in the present day, in the book, as part of the script, there are two other characters that are have a scene. They're actually. Oh my God! Now that I think about it, you got the rag pickers at the end, right?
You have a lot of
rag pickers.
We're just not thinking of them because they're
the rag pickers. How do the rag pickers fit into the story?
Because Dickens always focused on social class distinctions.
That's right. And so these rag pickers are picking through what?
Rags.
yeah, that's what I would think, but
they're picking through the remnants as if they're in the scene that happens in the future, and they're picking through
the clothes of the dead.
Yes, the clothes of Scrooge's clothes. Yes, yeah.
Yes. That's right.
Okay,
that's right.
So we could put the rag pickers on there. That would be easy. And then there's a party that goes on in present day.
And the nephew. In the present day?
Yeah,
His
nephew. Now, what was his nephew's name?
Yeah. Oh, the nephew's name was. He was another literary character. What's his name? Gatsby.
Gatsby. Carlton, the doorman. Yeah.
What was Gatsby? Jay Gatsby was.
No, his name is not that. What's that? Fred is the nephew. His nephew's name
was Fred.
Fred. And Fred's wife's. I don't think that Fred's wife has a name in the book, but she's the one that says, "I'm not toasting." No, wait a minute. No, that's Mrs. Cratchit that says that. I'm not toasting to Scrooge, or maybe no, it's Fred's wife.
I think it is Fred's wife, and although she was lovely, I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I think she was my first crush when I was a boy.
So there you have it. We've gone through, and who wrote that? Well, I also suggested as the piece de resistance on my Christmas Carol Dickens Day tree. That there should be Charles Dickens. So she's going to make a little miniature Charles Dickens. And then I thought maybe we could do Queen Victoria as well. I mean, like that would fit on the tree, right? So every year for the next 10 years, I'm going to add characters to my Christmas Carol tree. Yeah.
Why don't you just do a whole Dickens tree?
Well, I'm doing. Oh, I could go on and I could add Oliver Twist.
Of course, there's a million.
Yes. Some other characters from Dickens. Who might I add? Oliver Twist. Who was that guy that he was living with? Artful Dodger. Fagin. Oh my God. Nancy.
Fagin's a little racist character, though.
That's said. We don't want that. Maybe not. We could do Miss Havisham. What you remember Miss Havisham in a?
Of course,
from
Rebecca.
From Rebecca.
What about Martha Cratchit?
Oh, for God's sakes!
That's Tiny Tim's sister, right?
That's Tiny Tim's sister.
Yes,
she's the oldest, and I think there's a Peter Cratchit. Isn't there a Peter Cratchit?
They don't list that one.
Yeah. And Scratchy Cratchit.
That was the dog?
That was their dog. It was named Scratchy.
Itchy and Scratchy.
Itchy and Scratchy.
You know, the big question, though, Bob, is
what?
Are you drinking any cider while you're working on that Dickens tree?
I don't have any... No, I don't. I try not to drink cider at Christmas time because I know there's going to be a joke attached to it.
Mulled or otherwise.
Yeah. Yes, I'm avoiding that. Barbra Streisand has a new album out, believe it or not. And there's a doorbell.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, all right. Somebody's at the door. We'll be there soon. I see there is a cloud in the sky, but we see the bottom half of Dennis.
I'm working on it, Bob.
Love
Kathy Bradford, As I Live and Breathe. Look at those beautiful manicured. Oh, look at how beautifully manicured you've got your red. What are they?
Turn her volume on.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's holiday.
Okay, look at mine. Here, Rick, look. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I need mine done, too.
We both do.
We were just talking about, you guys forgot there's a character in the Christmas Carol called Fan.
Fan? Oh, my God, yes.
That's Scrooge's sister.
Scrooge's sister, yes, yeah. Fanny is Fanny.
Fanny Bryce.
No, Fanny. We were, yeah. Can you name the 4 ghosts? Watch this. Kathy, name the 4 ghosts in A Christmas Carol. We'll see whether she gets them all. The 4 ghosts in A Christmas Carol.
The dude that's what used to be his boss.
Casper.
Yeah, humans.
Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Future.
There we are. Yes. Oh my God.
Marley.
See,
Marley.
Beetlejuice.
Marley. So you see how smart she is. Honest to God, that's why I hang around her. None of these guys could remember that Marley was a ghost. Yeah. Yes.
That who was a ghost?
Marley.
Jacob Marley.
Jacob Marley.
His former partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had to see that show a lot. Both Jeff and Callie were in it.
Oh, so your husband and your daughter were in the, did he play Scrooge?
No, he was
Bob Cratchit.
He was a Cratchit, and she was a Cratchit kid.
Down
at the women's club.
Oh, this was the Kathy Palmer.
Kathy
Palmer version. Oh my
favorite playwright.
Holy God, yes, yeah.
Well, that's an experience and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Callie and Callie was in a ton of shows with Kathy, and that's how I know her actually. And then
you mean that's how you met your daughter? She was doing shows down at the women's club.
That's how I met Kathy Palmer.
You know that Kathy, Bob, and I all met each other at the same time.
Yes, I do know that about you guys.
That's as far as we're taking it.
Yeah. Yes.
And these guys were trying to figure out Scrooge's girlfriend's name. Do you remember it?
Yeah, what is her name? It is
I had it wrong. It's not what I said it was.
Her name is the same as another character from a famous Disney movie.
I got it. Oh, I know. I got it right.
Cinderella.
I'm gonna guess Belle.
Yes, you are correct, Belle.
That's right. Belle, yeah.
Those were the times.
Those were the times. As we said, Kathy, what happened was that Scrooge was so attached to money that Belle left him. And then she moved in with a very hairy character, a beast, to be exact.
Beast of a man.
A beast. And she changed that beast into a prince. He became like Prince Charming. And then she found out that he was two-timing her, was
with the clock
with Cinderella. Wait a minute, is Prince Charming Cinderella or is that Sleeping Beauty? Oh man, Prince Charming.
Prince Charming was
Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, isn't Charming
Sleeping Beauty?
So Sleeping Beauty, I think, wasn't it?
Why am I connecting?
How come we can't figure this?
Because he has to.
Yes.
Sleeping Beauty pricks her finger on the witch's.
Right, and she's kissed.
No, she eats the poison apple.
No, that's Snow White.
That's Snow White.
Oh,
Snow White.
We're getting these all confused together. You know that?
Well, because Disney had a one-mic trial.
Oh, right.
Yeah, true.
Prince Charming. I always thought that was
beautiful, needy women.
Yeah. This was the truth. The story of Cinderella, or that someday my prince will come, which was Snow White, I guess. Okay. As a therapist, I would say that women grew up with the idea that someday their prince would come. Okay. And someday the prince on the horse. I think that ended right around women's femininity, or the feminist movement, right? Because were you sitting around waiting for a man on a white horse to save you, Kathy? No.
Maybe a white horse.
But also, you grow up, people telling you that that's what you want. You want the whole package, but they don't tell you that you can have the package in so many different forms. They just go with the package that Disney wants you to have.
Yeah.
Right, and we should add too that Disney didn't create that. Disney reflected society.
Exactly.
He wrote what was acceptable and what was expected. That wasn't, because the same thing happened when it was no longer expected. All the Disney movies post Walt Disney's life were powerful, strong, independent, intelligent women, like Moana.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's not that he didn't do it to create that. He reflected it.
Right. Well, and also most of those were fables or written, stories from other folks.
Yeah.
And they just
That's right.
he just gave them the Disney world.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
And it changed, though. He really, and it changed with we're celebrating the anniversary of 30 years of Belle. Was Belle the character that changed Disney, or was it Little Mermaid? Did Little Mermaid come before or after Beauty and the Beast?
Well, Little Mermaid came in '89, so I don't know if I thought Belle came after because Callie watched Belle.
Yeah.
Callie was born with Little Mermaid.
Born with Little Mermaid. Now, what's the so that the idea of Little Mermaid? Actually, she wanted to be up where the people are. She wanted to walk. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that the theme? Okay. All right. So then Belle's thing is that she's a reader, and she really, that she really takes. That's the characters from Little Mermaid on were strong women characters, don't you think?
Well, because they were the lead of the whatever the movie was.
Yes. Yeah.
So they just twisted
it. Society had changed at that point. They weren't going to make women sitting back twiddling their thumbs, wishing and wanting only. They could decide their own fate.
Yeah. It's funny that
not only that, but they were perceptive enough to see things like there was always a part of the beast that Belle recognized as very gentle and kind. So she was determined, as all women are, to change men.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Well,
I'm joking.
Right. But also, then you look at
that's all women are.
You look at Mulan and Tiana, strong women of color.
Yes. Oh, what's the wonderful one, Encanto? In Encanto, we love
her.
Maria? No. What's the woman in Encanto?
I've only seen that once.
It's not Bruno because we're not talking about him.
Is it Mirabelle?
What is her name?
Is it Mirabelle?
I think you're close. Maribel?
I can't think of her first name.
Oh, well, we're going to find out because Rick is going to go online here and find out.
Yeah, but
Marisol.
We're talking about like all the Disney characters, and Disney has always put, no matter what their characters are, because they were telling a story that are older than time. All of these are
tale as old as time.
Are fairy tales that have been around for a long time.
Yes,
but they have always put the women in the front of all of these movies. Think about it. Every one of us remembers all of the princesses. Right. Not one of us can remember the name of any of the princes in the thing or where they belong.
Oh, so true.
But I call that Disney marketing.
Disney marketing? Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be Disney marketing.
Oh, Kathy worked for
this. Who's going to buy more things? Little girls buy more dolls or
good point.
It's Mirabelle. By the way, it is Mirabelle.
It is Mirabelle. Okay.
I mean, he also did. I mean, there was the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and there were other non-feminine centrist things.
But there aren't that many. Tarzan was, and they're not as successful. Let's face it, Tarzan.
Some of them are. No, some of them are like Mary Poppins. I would argue that Bert is just as much of a main character as Mary Poppins.
Yeah, but Bert doesn't sell movies. If we called it Bert.
Well, because the subject matter was never about. Bert became a huge character in a non-big role that he took from Travers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Disney didn't certainly because of the amazing Dick Van Dyke.
Exactly.
Yeah. Still with us, incidentally. What I'm wondering what stories are yet to be told by Disney. It's where does he go? There's a gay character, isn't there, in Disney? It wasn't the sidekick of in Beauty and the Beast. Well, doesn't he kiss?
Well, theoretically, there is
they did make a little scene in there,
but they're not. They're dancing around stuff. If Pete Buttigieg ever gets to be president, eventually, and he's successful.
Pete Buttigieg,
then eventually there might be a gay themed main character in a Disney.
Oh, wait a minute. Holy mother, wait a minute. In We Don't Talk About Bruno, there is a woman who isn't one of the sisters of Marisol a lesbian? This sounds absolutely awful to be but isn't there she's big and or
I don't think we can make that assumption.
I
oh
don't think so either.
I think we can.
but I thought that she had a girlfriend in it. Doesn't she? No?
I've seen Encanto a lot.
So you know, okay. So you know. All right. So
and I'm usually pretty good at digging out those characters.
I get it.
You know, the interesting thing though is the next Ariel, the live action Ariel. Is you know, I mean, it's going to be amazing. They're going to do Snow White after that and Rapunzel. So let's see how they sort of twist the Disney mold a little.
Oh yes, yeah.
You know, that'll be very interesting.
Another reason why I think it will take it might be very difficult is that Disney tends to deal. I mean, he's marketing to the very young.
Yeah.
Initially.
Yeah.
And you know, that's probably the most controversial of all issues of how can you express, you know, gender, that type of gender decision making in a young character. You know, you have to be very, very careful.
Very careful.
Yeah,
That's
it's hard enough
so
getting a teenager who's thinking, you know, who's trying to make his own decisions. You know, the freedom and independence to do that today in the world. Who knows if they're ever.
Yeah, it is. That is true.
Like Bob, you and I knew by the time we were what? 6 months old.
It took a while. It took a while for me.
Oh
but,
God! Only because you had a priesthood dangling in front of your face.
Yes, yeah.
Father.
Do you have any idea what we're talking about, Rick?
Yes, I do.
All right.
He's not a Neanderthal. He's sitting next to you, Bob.
No. He's my personal assistant, and you know.
Well, you know, you guys are talking about this, and there's always those slight innuendos in Disney movies, and you know, and any of them. You know, what about Peter Pan? Yeah. What about Smee?
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Oh, sure.
You know, I mean,
the gender bending character of Peter. I mean, you know, I mean that was done more on the Broadway,
right?
But making Peter Pan a female always very interesting choices. Yeah.
Way back to Sarah Bernhardt. Sarah Bernhardt, the famous actress from oh my God, the 1800s in England. She's a very famous actress.
As opposed to Sarah Bernhardt.
Yes. Sarah Bernhardt was, I think, one of the first to play Peter Pan, and it always. I don't think I ever remember a man playing Peter Pan.
I don't know.
I can't think of it.
I don't think it was written that way. I don't think it was written. It was written for a woman, and I think that's very interesting. And it'd be somebody would have a great dissertation, trying to go back and read the journals of.
Yeah. I bet that's already been studied tons.
I would think so.
Yeah. You know, for all the reasons, a young female playing that part because they're, you know, easily fit the mold of a little boy.
Well, if you go back to Shakespeare's time, though. All the women characters, did you know this, Rick? All the women characters were played by
men.
Young men.
Yes.
Young boys.
Yes.
Because
the women were not allowed. Women were not allowed.
There's a reason for that, though, Bob.
What is the what was it?
I don't think it was legal for women to be on stage.
It wasn't.
It wasn't legal for women to be on stage. Yes.
Oh.
Did you ever see that awesome movie Shakespeare in Love with Gwyneth Paltrow? It's fantastic telling that story. It's one of my favorites.
Yes, yeah.
Makes them so real.
So it's interesting if you go back and you look at Shakespearean plays, the passages around love and lovemaking are all done in dialogue. There is no action. You know how we have, you always have a bed scene.
There was no intimacy kissing, you mean?
No, there was none. It was none. I'm
just asking if that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, there was none. And in fact, there's the most beautiful scene in Romeo and Juliet where Juliet holds her hand up, or Romeo, and it's a pun on the word palm. P-A-L, the palm of the hand. And a palmer is somebody, the palmer's kiss, it's called, or something. And when they join like this, that's about as much. It took Zeffirelli. I mean, you disrobe the character, et cetera, et cetera. But in the original scripts that Shakespeare wrote, all of the love is expressed in words.
Yeah, but I don't think it's. I don't think that's because Shakespeare was approved.
No,
I think just the opposite. He lived an artisan's life, and probably far more lascivious than the average British citizen at that point.
But can
the
you
reason
imagine?
is
Go ahead.
It was illegal. You could not express physicality between a man and a woman on stage back then. Women weren't even allowed on stage, so.
That's so.
I just don't think it was acceptable to society.
Well, that kept the man on man kissing out of the scene.
Right. Yeah. As opposed to the Greeks, which had every man in Greece volunteering to.
Oh, please! I think we need it. It's our Christmas show. I think we need a.
I think we should.
We need a break, but before we do, I'm going to play my favorite things. This is where is my favorite thing? Oh, this is Pentatonics singing a song from Anastasia, which is not a fairy tale, but it was a cartoon. Once Upon a December is mixed with my favorite things from Sound of Music, which is now my favorite things is considered a Christmas song. Did you know that? Yes.
That's up there with Die Hard as a Christmas.
There's an argument to be said there.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So before we go to that break, you brought Die Hard up, and somebody posted that the other day on Facebook about Die Hard not being a Christmas movie, but it takes place at Christmas time, and it shows the struggles and the fighting amongst in a party and people that don't want to be there and want to be there. And I said, kind of like a family gathering.
So the argument could be that I'm not sure if every movie that was ever took place at Christmas time is destined to be a Christmas movie. I can't say in Christmas season.
Yeah, come to the coast. It'll be a good time.
Kathy, can you have you seen one of those Hallmark movies lately that you want to recommend?
That was the Poseidon.
Yeah. Dennis recommended a Hallmark Christmas movie this week to me. A Christmas Train or something? Didn't you? You said that the Christmas Train was a good movie? Yes.
I saw that there was a movie, A Christmas Train.
Is that the one with the guy who was with Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future?
Christopher Lloyd.
Is he the conductor?
Good question. I don't know. Kathy, have you seen? It sounds like you've seen a Christmas movie or two recently.
Woo! Started in November.
She what?
All right. Did you watch Hot Chocolate? Is that the name of that movie?
Holly and the Hot Chocolate. It's the QVC movie. Did you watch it? You did watch it.
I've seen pieces of it, and I thought the acting was absolutely horrible.
Oh, of course.
The acting is usually horrible. Not great.
I mean,
they also have very abrupt endings.
Which
I didn't notice that.
They're all the same. They fall in love. They get back in love. They have a dilemma. They fix the dilemma. They kiss.
But there is a one Hallmark movie that they made 3 films from it because they're so successful. Have you seen those? One was A Prince for Christmas, and then they had a whole nother movie with the exact same cast to celebrate their wedding in Albania.
Oh.
And then the third movie has to do with their first child.
I
weep every time I watch them.
Oh my God.
They just also announced that they just had a 3-veil movie, this Italian lace veil, not completely Christmas right now, but they're about to bring 3 more movies of the same cast in January. So Hallmark's got us.
Holy mother. Who would have ever guessed that they would go into the business of what came first? Well, we got Hallmark cards, and they used to have the Hallmark Hall of Fame. You guys remember the Hallmark Hall of Fame? Do you remember that?
No. I do. What was it?
It was Sunday afternoon was the special time omnibus, And Hallmark Hall of Fame were two big shows that were every season there was always a Hallmark Hall of Fame movie around a card sending holiday. So near February, near Thanksgiving, and near Christmas, there would be a special on NBC called the Hallmark Hall of Fame, and they would be really special. They could be musical programs, or they could be a drama or whatever. And out of that, I think sprang the Hallmark Channel, if I'm not mistaken. And out of the Hallmark, yeah. And did you know that Hallmark Cards was the main where Hallmark cards were made? Do you know where they were made?
Agawam, Mass.
Chicopee.
Was it Agawam
or Chicopee?
He said Chicopee.
I know they have a place in Agawam.
They had one in Enfield as well.
Did they have one in Enfield?
I think Enfield was. It was their East Coast place.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the main.
Well, maybe it was Nebraska. Why do I think Hallmark's in Nebraska?
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
I think we may have a long distance caller on line 1.
Where's the Hallmark?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Flash.
Where are
Can you
you?
hear me?
Yeah. Where? Who is this?
I'm just got through security at Harry Reid, aka McCarran Airport.
Sounds like Peter.
Peter Coles. What?
It is Peter.
Yeah. You. Where are you going?
I'm coming home, Bob.
He's on his way back from Las Vegas.
Yes, I'm coming home.
So you're at the Las Vegas airport?
Yes,
Peter,
I
Peter
have
Coles was in
TSA
Las Vegas.
pre-check.
Are you?
I have TSA pre-check,
Uh-huh.
and so I'm waiting for my girlfriend to get through security.
Nice. Did you have a nice time?
For the most part, yes, I did.
Well,
Tell us about the not done.
Yeah, for the most part. What's the opposite for the most part?
Most part.
Well, Christy was sick for a day. She had a temperature, so I was taking care of my significant other.
Oh, okay. And so
it sounds like a romantic visit. Sounds like a nice getaway for a cold winter day to go to Las Vegas.
Peter, did you make any money?
It was, but again, yeah. Well, no, she did. I never ask Kenny. I never make any money on a trip.
Yeah.
The person that's with me makes money. I never make a cent. I usually give to the house. But my record for vacationing on the coldest days of the year, Denny, is now a streak, because last year when I went to Florida, we were there for the 3 coldest days of the year in January.
Yeah,
and now in Vegas, it was the 2nd coldest day of 2022 while I was here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Are you going
to? I was actually supposed to be in Vegas with you at this time. Mike and I were supposed to be there, but we changed it to May because it's too cold there.
Yeah. Well, we got a really good deal. They're rebranding the Bally's Casino over to the Horseshoe, and I got a room 6 nights for $560.
Ooh.
Wow.
Kathy Bradford, you better put that down. Bally's Hotel is a special. You and Kel.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't go to Vegas very often. My sister has a house there, though.
Oh, so you don't even have to. Wow.
No, they're investors.
Investors. This is what we call people that use the casino now. Are you an investor? That would be a casino.
No, Bob, Michael Buster McMahon is an investor. He's a part-time employee of the casino. He just doesn't work for them.
Oh, interesting.
You know that, right?
No. A part-time employee.
Blackjack player. He's a blackjack player.
Are you kidding me? I had no idea. Wow.
You didn't know that?
No, I had no idea.
The show more often.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, but he's a blackjack player.
Anyways,
go ahead.
Anyways, apologies on derailing the show. But
Well,
I figured I'd give you a call and while I had a shot before we got on the plane.
Well, you can wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah, and then get on that plane and feel like you've done your duty.
Merry Christmas to the crew.
Thank you very much.
And Happy Hanukkah to the crew.
Thank you very much.
Because I figured you got people on the phone, you got people on Zoom, you got all kinds of things going on this morning, Bob.
It's like
very
planes,
true.
trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, and we're going to play "Making the List" afterward on Kenny's show. We're doing Christmas carols on our show. We'll talk about that.
Right. Well, I know I can't lose. I can't lose that show because I won't be there, so I'm good.
Gotcha. I can guarantee I'm losing the show today. I already my selection is not going to win. I know my selection, but it's my favorite.
But
Christmas
it's
song.
but see, this version of it isn't a win or lose. It's your favorite Christmas carol and why.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a does it have to be a carol?
It's kind of like no, it doesn't.
Okay.
Your
My
favorite Christmas song.
All right.
It's like.
All right, guys.
Oh, hey,
We'll see you, Peter.
Rick.
give our best to
All right, see
Christy.
ya.
Drive, fly safely. Bye. Bye.
Okay,
So you guys,
So the show. So here's the thing: it's like
Yeah.
it's like the number 10 question on a quiz.
Mm-hmm.
It's what's your opinion? You can't mark. It can't be wrong.
I got it. So let's ask these folks. We're going to play Pentatonics, my favorite things.
Okay.
And no,
you did not put that on the list of songs, Bob.
It is no. It's number 645.
So what's the question?
That's 645. No, wait a minute. One sec. Wait, Peter or Kenny, did you see 645? Got it?
I go from 6:30 to 6:57.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, then we'll do this 657 song.
Well, tell me which one the Pentatonics was. Maybe it's on his computer.
My favorite things. I don't think it is. I'll have to sing that by myself later on.
We don't have that one on here.
We'll sing it all. Let's. I'll tell you what. Let's do. Let's go right to the 657 song. John Legend. John Legend's got a new Christmas album out, and the video of it is there's a grandmother that dances in this video. I love watching this video and the grandmother dancing for some reason. The name of the song is "You Deserve It All," and it's John Legend. It's a Christmas song, believe it or not. Here we go.
You've given me the world with all your love, so I got you something special just because I found a gift that's perfect. You're more than worth it. It's everything that you've been dreaming of. Oh, this is my love language, so I'll go ahead and say it. 'Cause you're the gift that keeps on giving, and you deserve it all. You deserve it all. You know you've been good all year. Come over here and let me show you. You deserve it all. You deserve it all. I show you it more than you'll ever need. It's all good with me, 'cause you deserve it all. You give of yourself so unselfishly, so I wanna give you all the finest things I found. A gift that's perfect. You're more than worth it. It's everything that you've been dreaming of. So treat yourself to something nice. The luxuries of life, 'cause you're the gift that keeps on giving. You deserve it all. You deserve it all. You know you've been good all year. Come over here and let me show you. You deserve it all. You deserve it all. I show you it more than you'll ever need. It's all good with me, 'cause you
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC
Channel
Channel 15
funny.
and 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning, December 20th, 2022. I have two of my best friends here today, Dennis Akins and Kathy Bradford. Kathy has a great job. You know, one of the joys of my being in Westfield on weekends lately, certainly for the last year or two, has been having to work on projects that we weren't paid for, in a sense. Kathy and I used to work together in the development office at Westfield State, and we knew one another for many years there. And then now we're colleagues in community together, aren't we, Kath?
Oh, yes. It's fabulous.
Yeah. She is the director of the Westfield on Weekends Creative Arts Center. It's at 105 Elm Street. There's a couple of things you've got going there. Well, tell everybody, you know what a good Christmas gift for Michelle would be?
What's that?
A certificate so that she could take one of the classes that Kathy has put together for the new year. What do you got coming up?
Sure. Well, we just finished an exciting December Fest. We still have, of course, lighting the menorah every night, and the lighting.
Well, that's kind of like private, but you could drive by and see me. Yeah.
But the exciting thing is that starting in January, we have a ton of new classes. For those folks that get a Cricut machine, especially those teachers who need to make bulletin boards, we're going to have Introduction to Cricut, and then we'll have a user group. So once a month, we'll have a group that gathers to get together to talk about what helps, what doesn't help, what works.
What is this? Denny, do you know what a Cricut is? It's not Jiminy. We know that.
It's a British game involving a ball.
that we don't understand. No matter how many times you watch it, you can't figure out that game.
Exactly.
Not quite that.
What is it?
It's a machine that actually helps you. You can program it to cut letters, shapes, lines. It makes the actual part, and then you can create exciting art. And a lot of teachers use it in their classrooms because the numbers all come out. They look great.
Oh, nice.
But apparently you can do tremendous art with it as well.
Wow.
Lots of different materials. So we'll have that. We also have Mosaic, Introduction to Mosaic. We continue our stained glass classes. We had a full class the other day for holiday ornaments. They made gorgeous tree ornaments in the stars shaped.
Oh, lovely.
And then paper making. We'll have paper making also. In addition to, of course, all of our art, our painting and yoga.
Wow. Paper making.
Yeah.
Do you make your own paper, Rick Berry?
No, not since I can't find any papyrus anywhere. So.
Oh,
is that right? Is that what
it used to? Exciting.
Yeah.
Lots of
Yeah. Wonderful. But so that would be a certificate that you could get from Westfield on Weekends. You could. The best way to get one would be to email you or whatever, right, Kath? I would say.
Yes, it would. Or they could stop in. I'm in the office today and Thursday from 9:30 to 11:30, and then tomorrow afternoon 1 to 4.
Wonderful.
So we can do that, but emailing is easy because we can do an online transaction.
Yeah.
So, and that would be wow.creativeartscenter@gmail.com.
wow.creativeartscenter@gmail.com. Fabulous.
Yep.
There's also I got a little glimpse of. I looked through the window because I had given my keys to the center away to our great artist, a board member, Jim Johnson Corwin of Westfield on weekends. Tell us about that.
Oh, it is gorgeous. I walked in yesterday and we have about 65 original paintings from James, and there is a strawberry in there.
Oh, I love that strawberry.
So real that you just want to take a bite out of it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
There's
He's got everything. He's got
number
everything
two.
from-
The number 2 pencil is so incredible. This is artwork that's done of the exhibit is called My Favorite Things. That's why I was going to play that song earlier. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Everybody, snowballs on whiskers on kitten.
Snowballs on snow cones.
Snow cones.
I didn't know snow cones was part of that.
Well,
those lyrics.
yeah.
I don't think that's Austrian at all.
Yeah.
You know, and that was on the other night, and
music. It's on the music. Yeah,
and we had it on.
I'm sure Kathy had it on. I would guarantee that she and Kelly had Sound of Music on. Well, maybe wrong. It was on NBC.
It was on something, yeah. But we just happened to have it on the scene where Maria comes in for the first time, and it's actually not a very friendly scene. It's not very nice. They're not very nice those kids are mean.
Well, they're supposed to be. She changes them. That's the whole theme of the movie.
Yeah.
Because he's bitter and hurt because he lost his wife.
Yeah.
And he's turned into a curmudgeon well before his years.
Right. That's exactly
It
right.
happens.
All of a sudden,
It happens to the best of us.
A beautiful woman. Even though
That was Callie's favorite movie. We watched it every time we were in a car.
Oh man,
one of the most favorite movies of all time.
It's one of those movies that I could watch all the time. I tear up every time they sing Do Re Mi. I don't know why, but Do Re Mi makes me cry. In that, what are you laughing at?
I don't know.
Got Nazis in.
Nazis. They got dogs. They got nuns. What more do you need? Really?
You had me at dogs. That was it.
And my favorite things. My favorite things is the exhibit of James Johnson Corwin. Tell us when that's going to be on. People are going to be able to see it for a while, I think, right?
Yes, we're going to leave it there probably into February when we move into our next exhibit from the Smithsonian. But for now, that program will be here so folks can stop whenever we're in the center, and we'll have some established hours on the weekends. So
yes, yeah, and they're worth seeing. In fact, all of the paintings are James Johnson Corwin's great work. Will be for sale, and they're worth it. I mean, like the number 2 pencil for me, it's a smaller one, but I really love it. For you, Denny, there are there's a chewed apple. I mean, like. Not that I think of you as a chewed apple, but it's just there are some everyday objects. What's that? The phone. There's a telephone that is one of those old phones, like from your mother's house.
A what?
And a phone. It's not a cell phone. No, remember when we have to dial a dialing phone?
Yeah, and then you miss a number and you got to hang up and start all over again.
Oh my God. Oh yes. Oh yeah.
The torture.
He has everything from James Dean to
true.
beach scenes to the Eiffel Tower. It's just really the diversity is amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. James said to me, my mind goes everywhere, and I put it on. And he is able to. He is actually during the time he's there. He's gonna. There's going to be some times that he's going to create a painting there, so people can stop him and see him working. So it's a fine exhibit, and this is in celebration of WOW's 20th year of operation. 20 years. Wow. Can you imagine? Yeah, when my hair was brown, or black, or whatever it was. When I was an old kid, I know you can't think of me as anything but.
I never said that, Bob.
No.
I don't think of you as old.
No. Hey, okay. So, kids, I asked you a question. What's your favorite Christmas carol?
or Christmas
Oh, you
song?
never really asked.
Christmas
You
song.
started to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I started to.
Yes.
Can you? Is there one that comes to mind right away?
Oh yeah.
Cat-
Oh Holy Night is mine.
Oh, Holy Night.
Yeah, it's my favorite. My daughter sings it beautifully, and I just love it.
Wow.
Any particular artist
Probably
or group?
not Mariah Carey.
No.
I don't.
No,
She's
no.
not my favorite.
She's the
Christmas
non-queen
carols.
of Christmas. She's not your queen of
Yeah.
Christmas. No.
No, I don't really have a favorite. I mean, I love every version. I really listen to every version of Oh Holy Night. I just love it.
It's a hard song to sing. Fall on your knees,
Yeah.
oh, hear the angel. And then it goes higher.
Right.
Oh,
No, it's a great
Ouch.
song.
But it was a great song.
It's impossible to sing. That's all I got.
Well, I think it was made for a choir. Where
it builds and it builds.
Yes.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's what. Yeah.
How about you guys? Who else?
Denny, what do you think?
I think mine, without a question, is Silent Night. It always makes me calm.
Silent
I
Night
think-
makes you calm. Interesting.
Yes, and it's always, whenever I hear it, it's the stillness of Christmas
Yeah.
to me that still has magic. And Christmas Eve, it reminds me of Christmas Eve and that those kind of times during the Christmas holiday where things transcend time.
Ah, yeah.
And that's one of them. It kind of wraps all my, I was raised pretty religious, and it ties that to the non-religious. I just love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my favorite artist singing it was Mary.
The original Mary?
Yeah, she sang it quietly when she was singing it.
She hummed it to the baby Jesus.
That's how she put him to sleep.
Oh, I love it. You know, it's funny that you say how calming it is. Barbara Streisand had a concert in Central Park in the middle of summer in New York City. Oh, God, years and years ago. You can see it
It
on.
rained to start. There was a thunderstorm.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that almost got canceled.
And so in the concert, there's a version, you can see it on YouTube or something, I'm sure. But as one of the songs she sang was Silent Night. And it was and there was something about it not being sung at Christmas that really sort of, it appealed to the nature in the song. I mean, like, picture a starry night, and she sang it as if it were a Christmas song, but it was so calming and stuff. It's a wonderful version of that song, Barbara Streisand.
It's actually like a lullaby.
Yeah.
Oh, it is yeah. Stille
Because,
Nacht. Yeah, it's an interesting thing to me. It's this is not my favorite Christmas song, but I don't get tired of hearing White Christmas. I don't. I'm dreaming. Everybody. I'm dreaming of. No. What?
Thank you.
Yeah. No. But I don't get tired of hearing most Christmas songs except Mariah Carey's. I am so darn sick of that song.
Me too.
Oh, Denny, are you?
I don't really agree with that. I mean, I hear that song in the movie Love Actually, and it still makes me happy.
Really?
I think it's a wonderful song.
Well,
and it is overplayed, no question.
I think that's the problem with it. Yeah, it is overplayed.
Of course, like, it is overplayed. There's no question about it. But am I a Mariah Carey fan? Not particularly. But I really don't know her. But it just seems like she's a diva, but the song is really well done. And,
yeah,
and it kind of wants to get you moving. Get your blood flowing.
Well, I know it, but there's something about the old Christmas carols. There's something about them that isn't replaced by all of these all those songs that are written for Hallmark movies now, the Christmas songs that are rock songs with a
Right.
beat, it just, God rest ye merry gentlemen, everybody. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior. There's something that is better than that's wonderful. And then I saw this is Darren Chris's song. It's called "I'll Be Drunk on Christmas" or something. Do you know? There's
Yes,
the
I've
song.
heard the song. Yes.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, where have we gone to? Where have we gone
I
to?
don't know. I think. I mean, it's also not easy to create new classic music.
Right.
And I think people still can do it. I think it's still done.
Yes. Oh, Kathy,
Kathy's
you got.
gotta go.
Well, Kathy is on her way to take.
She's got her daughter. Her
Yes,
daughter.
I am on Uber duty.
Uber duty.
Yes.
Uber
Kelly.
duty.
Hi,
Hey, Kel.
I'm still in the sling. I can't drive.
Oh yeah, how is the sling
Yeah.
going? Is your sling still slung?
Yes.
Yeah, look at her.
Oh my God.
Here, look.
Yes, I know. Every time I see her, I want to hug her, and she puts up, "Don't get near me! Don't get near me!"
Her hands out.
Yeah, yes,
So
exactly.
What
Have
Kelly's
a wonderful, wonderful Christmas or Hanukkah or all that you celebrate, everyone. Good to
Yes.
Thank you.
Happy
Bye,
holidays.
Kat, thanks
Sling
a lot
low,
of fun.
sweet chariot.
Yeah. So Denny, Silent Night for you. All right.
Yeah, I really do think so. I really do. I mean, there's songs like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which will forever be annoying. However, you can't help but relate to it as a child.
Right.
And then
Right.
you think what that song means to children.
Yes.
You can't be unless you're a total cynic.
Right.
You
You
have
know,
to
and
like it.
there's a lot of non-classic Christmas songs, and that's why today's thing on making the list, and that's why I went that route. I mean,
Did you go the route of modern or
did. Yes,
traditional?
I went.
You went modern.
But I had a couple that I was thinking of, and the one I didn't pick is I don't know if you've ever heard it, "The Gift" by Garth Brooks.
Yeah, beautiful.
Absolutely
Is it
beautiful.
Wait a minute now. But could it be sung in July or August?
No,
it's to Christmas.
It
No.
talks about Christmas and this poor girl who has nothing to bring
to the baby Jesus.
To the baby Jesus in her hometown, and they do that, and she's ashamed. And
Right. Universal themes.
Universal themed, yeah, exactly. And that's where the whole thing goes. What makes a classic Christmas song? Something that makes you think of better things in the world, which Christmas is all about.
Yeah.
Something that gets your heart.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's another one, I've never hit it before. I'm a country fan. I love country music. There's another song by Garth Brooks called Bella Wood.
I don't know.
Bella Wood.
Belleau Wood. Listen to it and just listen to the lyrics. And it takes place during I think World War II or World War I.
Wow.
Oh.
About the song, about what happens, and
Is it about that no man's land between, we've got there? It's actually recorded in I think history books that there was in World War I in the trenches.
Yes.
Between trenches, there would be the Germans on one side and let's say the English on the other side, and they're in opposite trenches, and the space in between those trenches is called no man's land.
Right.
And on a Christmas Eve, they all got together.
There was a ceasefire.
There was a ceasefire.
Yes, for Christmas. Yes.
And the folks got out. The soldiers got out of their trenches and actually exchanged cigarettes and chat and talking with the people who they're going to shoot the next day.
Right, and that's what this song is basically. That's what this song is about, because they started. There was the ceasefire during the Christmas time during the war, and they heard somebody singing in the distance "Silent Night," and they all
Yes.
kind of joined in.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's a great song just to listen to.
Joey Noel.
And it's called Bellow Wood.
Bellow Wood. Yep.
Bellow Wood.
Yep. Belleau Wood. It's
Yeah.
by Garth Brooks. Whether you're a fan of his or not, listen to some of his other stuff besides country, and he is got a phenomenal voice.
Oh, lovely voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to me, he is the pinnacle of an entertainer.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I agree with that.
I saw him twice, and his first concert that I saw him was 3.5 hours of just nonstop energy.
Like Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, just nonstop energy, and you were tired when you left there. It was
tiring to jump up and down and scream and shout.
The gift, I think, is one of those will be, I think, one of those classic songs that people will play and listen to.
Whereas "I'll Be Drunk for Christmas" is not going to be a big Chris. Yeah, and yet we have "Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer" that seems to hang on.
Dominic the Donkey.
Oh, Dominic. Oh, boy. Yeah. This is a song.
Don't forget about the singing dogs.
Oh, yes. The singing dogs and Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, you don't care for that?
No, I do not.
No, I was around when that song first came out. Denny, I think you were just a little boy, but that Christmas song, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I mean, you got to have some stuff for the kids too. I mean, let's not leave the kids out of Christmas.
Oh, all right.
Well, true. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Alvin was kind of the. He's they're like the Three Stooges, but creatures.
Yeah.
And Alvin's kind of the one that's always causing people to pull their hair out.
Yes. Yeah. But I saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus was in the 1940s. Well, that's not. Is that for adults? I suppose it's for adults. It's not a children's song.
I think it's both.
Do you think so?
It's both. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, there's a serious side of Christmas, but there's also a levitous side of Christmas.
Yeah.
You got to have fun.
And it's not just. I mean, there's other. I don't know a lot of Hanukkah songs, but I certainly know what they've done with it. I thought on Saturday Night Live, the Hanukkah song.
Who was that?
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler, the dreidel song.
Yeah. Dreidel.
It's one of the ways that we learn about other cultures is through the music that they create.
That is true. That is true. And it is so kind of heartening that the traditional Christmas song, God rest ye merry gentlemen, everybody, sing you dismay. What? Okay. So look, I think this is about time we play. Yeah, that's right. Keb Mo. Do you know who Keb Mo is?
No.
Keb Mo is a blues artist, really great blues artist. And he has a Christmas song that our Wisconsin music director suggested. And it's called Christmas is Annoying. Now, I was not going, when I first saw the title, I thought, I don't know, we're celebrating the holidays on the show. And then I thought, I'm going to listen to it. Well, there's a certain truth to it in some ways. The idea that we put all our energies in this one day, and you get tired, et cetera, et cetera. And quite honestly, I mean, like, let's face it. You work all day long, you feed the family, and then you feel like you want to sleep for 40 days and 40 nights afterwards. So this is song, it's called Christmas is Annoying, believe it or not. It's a short song by Keb Mo. So, Kenny, would you play that for us?
When I was a child, everything was magical. I believed in Santa Claus, it really was fantastical. We couldn't wait to open up the gifts around the tree. Mom and Dad were there with us, smiling joyfully. But now I'm all grown up, and Christmas is really annoying. I remember caroling and sledding down the hill, skating on the pine. fun, you know, it really was a thrill. But now the thrill is gone and all my credit cards are maxed. I'm running here, running there, there's no time to relax. 'Cause I'm all grown up and Christmas is really annoying. Annoying. They advertise the whole year long. Annoying. Let's apologize to Jesus for what went wrong. Now it's time to celebrate the coming of the first. We're all supposed to sing the song, but no one knows the words. Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? It's time to wrap the season up and leave it all behind. 'Cause I'm all grown up and Christmas is really annoying. You know that Christmas is really annoying.
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning. The show's not over, Rick Barry.
It's not?
You're acting like it's...
Wow.
You were so, wow, it's Tuesday, 12/20/22.
Yes.
Denny Akins is here. Denny, and so is Kenny Stomsky, who's done nobly behind the board, the big board today. Kenny, you did a great job. Thanks.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah. Rick and Kenny can play if he likes. I've got trivia questions for you about Christmas.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. What did the other reindeer not let Rudolph do because of his shiny nose?
Play other reindeer games.
Yes.
What were those reindeer games?
I don't know what reindeer
Spin
games
the
are.
dreidel.
Spin the dreidel. Run. Yeah. What are the two most popular names for Santa Claus other than Santa Claus?
Old Saint Nick.
Nicholas.
Yeah.
Saint Nick.
Papa Gigio.
Papa Gigio. That's that puppet, Papa Gigio. Papa Gigio. There's one other.
Pierre Noel.
No. That's French.
How about
Santa Claus, Old Saint Nick.
Come on.
Oh, Kris Kringle.
Kris Kringle, of
Yes.
course.
From
Kringle.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yeah. What is Elvis going to have? He's not going to have. He's not going to have a white Christmas. He's going to have a
blue Christmas.
Have a blue
This is an
Christmas.
interesting. What do people traditionally put on top of a Christmas tree? I think this answer is probably wrong today.
Traditionally,
Star or angel are the traditional ones.
Oh my gosh! Angel was what my family put an angel on top of the tree. I forgot all about that. What about you?
We've had both angels and stars.
Oh,
because a star is actually supposed to simulate in the whole Christmas tree celebration of the lights coming from the sky is at the top of the tree.
Oh yes,
because when you're in the woods, so. The tradition of a Christmas tree comes from Germany and the pagan religion of the Festival of Lights.
Right.
And if you are out in the woods where the pagans, and we talked about this earlier, the pagans celebrate Mother Earth. They don't celebrate the devil.
Right.
That is a misnomer.
That's exactly right.
And it is wrong.
Mother Earth and nature and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as you are in the woods, and if you look up into the trees, the top of the trees, what you see at night on the top of it is a star.
Listen to that.
Yeah, it's.
Wow. I like it. See, the angel on the top of the tree is when we were religious, when Christmas had some religious aspect to it. And
when it did? Is that what you're saying?
When it did. When it
still does.
It does, but we always forget that part. We except in our Christmas carols that we sing Silent Night and all that, they're based on the nativity story. But somehow or other in today's world, let's face it, those nativity stories. I don't think the Hallmark, is there a Hallmark movie based on the nativity story?
I'm sure there was.
Maybe back.
I don't know. It's pretty non-secular. The star and the angel. I mean, obviously, the star is the star for Christians.
Right.
The star that they followed to get to Bethlehem.
Right.
That's the reason Christians put a star on top of their Christmas tree.
Right. Right.
But I agree that's a wonderful reality that the pagans did set. But also the angel that appeared to Mary and told her that she was going to give birth. So there's really, but the Christmas tree has gone through all kinds of changes over the centuries.
Oh yeah. And in fact, Queen Victoria's Prince Albert was the one that brought it from Germany to England, and then they used to put live candles on it. Okay, here's another one. Which Christmas song contains these lyrics? Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
One dancing. Rock around the Christmas tree.
You absolutely rocking around the Christmas tree. Rocking around. This is a hard one. Which one of Santa's reindeer has the same name as another holiday mascot?
Oh, that is interesting. Cupid.
Listen to you.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Can you name Rick Berry? Name
geez.
Santa's reindeers.
Oh God!
Oh wait a minute. Okay. Yeah. Come on in here.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We'll have a quick visit. Look,
Hope can do
Hope
it.
Tremblay here. Hope is.
Yeah, I'd have to sing it.
yeah.
I'd have to sing it to get them all.
It's Cupid.
Yes,
Cupid.
we knew that.
All right.
Can you name them all?
Can you name them?
Name
all?
them name them without singing.
Dasher, Dancer.
Comet,
Comet, Cupid, Donner,
and
Blitzen.
Dasher and Dancer.
Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen.
You missed
Rudolph.
two.
But
you missed two.
Can't forget the most
two?
famous
Yeah.
reindeer.
No,
of
okay. He's
all.
not one of the reindeer.
Prancer and Vixen.
Wait, Prancer.
Prancer and
Prancer and
Vixen.
Dancer. Uncommon and Cupid
I
and
think there should be a ranger named Reuben too. Just
I love that.
Bootsy.
Well, here's an interesting.
Why not Joe or Phil? You know.
Here's an interesting fact. Due to the male reindeer lose their antlers in the winter, so
They're all female.
they're all females that are pulling the sleigh because they all have antlers.
Are you kidding me? I had no idea.
Just
I had
throwing
no
it out
idea.
there.
Oh my God! All right. What on the 8th day of Christmas? What did my true love give to me?
I know.
Eight
maids of
Eight
milking.
maids of milking.
8 maids of milking. Would you demonstrate that, please?
No.
We always, at the end of our Christmas Carol celebration, that when I used to do the show, the Christmas Carol, and we did it at Bright Nights, et cetera, we would sing the 12 Days of Christmas, and every table has to act out the Christmas Carol. And the 8 maids of milking one always gets a laugh. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
I only milked a cow once, but I remember.
Those poor cows, man. Holy mother. All righty. Wait a minute. In the song Winter Wonderland, what do we call the snowman?
Father Brown.
Close.
It's
Peter.
Parson.
Parson Brown.
Parson Brown. Yeah. I always thought that song was sparse and brown. In the meadow, we can build
he says
a
he could marry
snowman
us.
and pretend that he is sparse and brown.
Well, that
Two
would be-
adjectives.
that
I
would
know.
be
I
very
had no
different.
idea.
What's the
Yeah.
farmer's name?
The farmer in the winter, but Farmer Brown. No.
Old McDonald?
Farmer Gray.
Farmer Gray.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Oh my. Who are you going over the river to see?
Grandmother.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. What's the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time?
Die Hard.
No, the little boy that goes like this.
Home Alone.
Oh, Home Alone.
Yeah.
Home Alone. You
I'm still
are
I
with Die
liked
Hard.
that visual.
That was
nice.
Yeah, that was very good. You know this song. What happened every time a bell rang?
An
And-
angel got
Angel got his wings.
Angel got his wings. Right.
Mama
Okay.
teacher says.
What Christmas song was actually written for Thanksgiving?
The
Oh.
the sleigh bells.
Sleigh
The one we just
bells.
yeah.
Sleigh bells ring.
Sleigh bells
no.
ring.
Are you listening?
No. Dashing
No.
through the snow.
I'll
Right?
be home for
Isn't it
Christmas.
That's
dashing through
Jingle
the
Bells.
snow?
Yes.
Dashing through the snow is
Yeah.
Jingle Bells.
Yeah.
Dashing through the snow is
That was-
known as Jingle Bells.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was sounding it out.
Who was the first company that used Santa Claus in its advertising?
Macy's. No.
Coca-Cola.
It's gonna
Coke.
be,
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Yes.
It's going to be that razor company that slide you down.
Norelco?
Slide you down the-
Norelco.
Yeah. And what is Frosty's nose made out of?
Carrot?
Clay.
Coal?
No.
Frost.
Nobody else can get
okay,
that.
so Frosty the snowman, with the
With a
corn
button
cob-
nose.
Pipe
With
and
a
a
button
nose.
Button nose.
or a
Corn
but,
cob pipe
and a button
button
nose and two eyes made out of
coal.
snow, and two eyes.
Coal.
Coal.
Not snow.
Frost.
His body is snow.
So what's the rest of it? Frosty the snowman.
Was a jolly happy
Happy
soul.
soul.
With a corn
Pipe
cob
and his
button nose and two eyes
made out of
button nose.
All right, I'm gonna. Okay, here's
On that note.
All right, 'twas the
Who was
night
that? Who
before.
was that came on the set?
That's Hope Tremblay.
Hope.
Hi.
Hi, ho.
That's Dennis.
I'm
Thank
sort
you.
of on camera. Hi, Dennis.
There you
Yeah,
are.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'll squeeze in
Yeah,
here.
there we are. There
I don't have remote control
I
of that
hope.
particular camera right now.
All righty. Fill in the blank. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a
Mouse.
A louse?
What visions did the children have?
Sugar plums.
What did Mama do? Mama had just what?
Mama told me not to come.
She put on her cap or her kerchief.
Yeah. And then what? She settled down for what?
A long winter's nap.
Long winter's nap.
Yeah. What did you tear when you went to the window? You threw open something.
They
The
threw
sash.
open the shutters. And
The
sash.
The sash.
The sash.
Okay. What did Santa do when he came down the chimney?
Oh gosh. When he came down the chimney.
He came down with such a crash.
No.
It was
And
a
then in a
clatter.
twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around down the chimney, St. Nicholas
came down
Came
with
with
a
a bound.
came with a bound. What was he dressed in?
Red.
No. He was
No?
dressed all in
soot.
Dressed all in soot.
Right.
No. Dressed all in fur.
Armani.
Oh.
He was dressed all in Armani.
What did he look like?
Armani. He was in Armani. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He just came from Italy.
I don't
Got a
know. What
custom suit.
Santa do you get?
Yeah,
man?
right. He looked like. What did he look like? Somebody.
Oh, man, we're getting in the weeds now.
He looked like a peddler, just opening his pack.
His sack, yes.
His pack. All right. His eyes, how they twinkled. Finish the next.
I couldn't hear it. Say it again.
His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His
His nose
cheeks.
was a cherry.
His cheeks was. His nose was a cherry. He had a little mouth, and it was drawn up like a. bow, and the beard on its chin
terrible
was
at this.
beard on his chin was what? As white as the snow. The stump of his pipe he held tight in his teeth. The smoke had encircled his head like a
wreath. Yep.
He had a broad
That one
face.
rhymed. That was easy.
What does his little round belly do?
It shook like a bowl full of jelly.
Oh, there. Oh, okay, right. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and he did something.
With a jerk.
He did something with a jerk.
Which
What
meant
did
he
he-
like
No,
like
yeah.
this, you know.
He
not-
filled all the stockings.
Oh, and then turned with a jerk.
The jerk.
That's right.
And what did he do then?
He looked at his
He put
clock
his
and he
finger-
said, "Oh my God, it's
put the
8
finger on
o'clock
the side
Oh
already."
my
his
God, it's
nose
8
and
o'clock
put
already.
the finger
He
inside
laid
his
it.
nose.
He
Yeah.
laid his
The
finger
finger
inside of
on
his
his
nose
nose
and getting a nod up to Chimney Road. He sprang to his sleigh and his team gave the whistle, and away they all flew like
Thistle.
Something
down of a thistle. But I heard him explain as he rode out of sight.
Merry Christmas to all,
and to all a good night.
No, happy
What?
Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas to
Sorry,
all,
we're
and
being
to all a
British.
good
Happy
night.
Christmas.
All righty, everybody. Look
Hey,
at
Bob, before we go, I got you a little gift.
What are you
right
talking
here.
about?
Oh, is that
Oh,
an energy
my-
drink?
Oh my!
That is a beer that I make with one of our local breweries with some chocolate mint out of my garden. It is a chocolate mint stout from Rustic Brewing Company.
Oh my!
It is a dessert stout. It is.
Oh my God!
Absolutely.
I want to open this right now, and I can't. I'm gonna save this. Oh my God!
There you go,
Rick. Everybody,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Very nice.
Merry
Very nice.
Christmas. Let's sing that song together.
Which song?
God rest ye merry.
Oh, my.
No. We're since this is a lovely holiday and tomorrow is the solstice. Here's a song for everyone. It's maybe not a Christmas song, but I love it anyway. It's a song for a winter night, Gordon Lightfoot, because tomorrow is the first day of winter. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Christmas, Merry
Happy
Christmas.
solstice.
Dennis, thank you so much. All the best on
you.
this Christmas. We'll see everybody for making the list
Wishing you
next.
all a wonderful holiday season.
Oh,
Same to
thanks
you,
so
Dennis.
much. Same. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. See you in a couple of weeks. Song for a winter night. Gordon Lightfoot.
The lamp is burning low upon my tabletop. The snow is softly falling. The air is still in the silence of my room. I hear your voice softly calling. If I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I would be happy just to hold the hands I The smoke is rising in the shadows overhead. My glass is almost empty. I read again between the lines upon each page the words of love you sent me. If I could know within my heart that you were lonely too, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love on this winter night with you. The fire is dying now, my lamp is growing dim. The shades of night are lifting. The morning light steals across my window pane, where whips of snow are drifting. If I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love on this winter night with you. and to be once again with you.